Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's continue. We were doing prayer according to Sunnah, and this book is by compiler Professor Muhammad Zulfikar, and you can find it in Darussalam. And today's chapter is Jummah prayer. And we're gonna do part 1 today. Nahmaduhu nusalli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. Fa'uz billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. Wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Jummah prayer. Friday is called Al-Jummah because it is derived from Al-Jam. Al-Jam literally means gathering. The people of Islam gather weekly on every Friday in the major places of worship. So on Friday, Allah created Adam al-Islam and he was placed in paradise on Friday. And ironically, it was a Friday when he was taken out of the Jannah paradise. And the last hour will commence on a Friday. And there is an hour during Friday where no faithful servants ask Allah for something good, but Allah will give him. And what he asked for, all of this is based upon hadith from authentic collection. So there is a time on Friday when you ask, Allah will give you. So in the ancient language, Friday was called Aruba. And it is a fact that previous nations were informed about Friday, but they were led astray from it. The Jews chose Saturday for their holy day, but Adam al-Islam was not created on Saturday. Christians choose Sunday, which is the day the creation was initiated. Allah chose Friday for this Ummatul Muslimah. And it is the day the creation was finished. Allah the Exalted says, فَإِذَا قُضِيَ لِلصَّلَاةِ فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. Then when Jummah Salah is ended, you may, this is in chapter Jummah, ayah number 10, and that is surah number 62. Disperse through the land and seek the bounty of Allah by working and remember Allah much that you may be successful. Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu narrated that I heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, Nahnul aqiruna sabiquna yawm al-qiyamah. We will be the last to come, but the foremost on the day of resurrection. Though the former nations were given the scriptures, but before us, and this was their day which was made compulsory for them, but they differed about it. So Allah gave us the guidance for it, and all other people are behind us in that respect. The Jews' holy day is following day Saturday, and Christians is the Sunday. So here clearly mention about it. Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu narrated that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Khayra yawmin talat alayhi shamsu yawm al-jum'ati fihi khuliqa Adamu wa fihi adkhila al-jannata wa fihi ukhrija minha wa la taqumu sa'atu illa fi yawm al-jum'ati." As I mentioned before when I start the Jummah chapter, Khayra Yawm Talat, the best day on which Talat what? Alayhi Shamsa, which the sun has risen is Yawm al-Jummah, that is Friday. Fihi Khuliqul Adam is Adam was created. Wa fihi udkhilil Jannah, on it was he was admitted to Jannah, paradise. Wa fihi ukhrija minha, and it was expelled on that day. And what else? Wala taqumu sa'a. And the last hour will not take place except on Friday. Illa fi yawmil jumati. Aus narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Inna min afdil ayyamikum yawm al-jum'ah." Among the best of your days is Friday, yawm al-jum'ah. And fihi khuliqal Adam. On that day, wa fihi qubida wa fihil nafaqatu. On that day, invoke blessings on me frequently. Wa fihi sa'atu فَكَثِيرُوا عَلَيَّ مِنْ صَلَاتِي فِيهِ فَإِنَّ صَلَاتِكُمْ مَعْرُودَةٌ عَلَيَّ. For your blessings are presented to me. So we have to send more and more durood, like reciting more of durood. How it will be sent, Allah knows, but it will be presented to sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if anyone performs wudu properly, man tawadda fa ahsana al wudu, do it wudu very properly, and then comes to the Friday prayer, and summa atal juma, they come to Friday prayer, fastama'a wansat, listen to khutbah sermon attentively, and keep silent, his minor sins between those Friday will be forgiven with the addition of 3 more days. But he who touches pebble has caused an interruption. So here, غُفِرَ لَهُ مَا بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ الْجُمَعَةِ, like your previous sins will be forgiven. Friday will be forgiven with the additional of Waziyadatul Salasa, addition of 3 days here. Ayyamin waman massahul ahsa, like touching the pebbles, faqad laga, like he is doing lag, like interruption. So you must be thinking why anyone will touch the pebbles. This is literal as well as it's the way of saying it, means when you go to Friday, I have seen many girls, they start playing with their fingers, with the, ring, or like correcting their hijab, setting their hijab and whatnot. They keep on doing it because they are not doing deliberately, because they didn't know about it. Because we have not given proper etiquettes, we haven't told them this thing. And for ourselves also. What about us? When we go to Friday, are we doing the same thing? Touching our hijab and touching our hands, feet, and correcting ourselves. So it means it's a love. And you are not concentrating in khutbah. So you have to concentrate in khutbah, no matter that is Friday sermon, and you have to have that. So don't involve in any such thing. Sins of 10 days are pardoned because every virtue has at least 10 times the reward. Here sins means minor sins. As major ones are not forgiven without sincere repentance, nor is transgressing. The rights of people forgiven without a compensation to them. Prophet ﷺ mentioned that he who plays with pebbles while the khutbah is being given is not truly listening to khutbah. And one should not talk or move around needlessly in the khutbah. Like, some people, they have the habit of moving around. All these things we are learning in this chapter so that we should overcome our mistakes and we should inform others in a manner they learn it, not humiliating them, not mocking them. Oh, sister, you didn't know that, you are so and so age. You can't say that. Never ever say that. Explain them nicely, tell them nicely, use appropriate words, tell them in a gentle manner. Strict order for attending Jummah prayer. Ibn Umar and Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu narrated, we heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, either some people stop neglecting the prayer, means Friday prayer, or Allah will set a seal upon their heart and they will be among the negligent one. So here, لا يختمن الله على قلوبهم ثم لا يكونن من الغافلين. Because if one is neglecting Friday prayer one after another, what will happen? A seal upon the heart. That's the wordings. And they will be among the negligent ones. Means minal ghafilin. It's from ghafala. Allah's Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was addressing hypocrites of his time here, but this also refers to all male Muslims who neglect the Jummah prayer. Okay, taking bath on Jummah on Friday. Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu narrated that Allah's Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Iza ja'a ahadukum al-jum'ata falyaghtasil." Any one of you attending the Friday prayer should take a bath. Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu narrated, while Umar bin al-Khattab radiallahu anhu was standing and he was delivering the khutbah on Friday. So what happened? One of the companion of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who was one of the foremost, he was among the Muhajir immigrants, came to him. And then Umar said to him, "What is the time now?" He replied, "I was busy, could not go back to my house till I heard the adhan. I did not perform more than wudu," the person is saying. Thereupon Umar radiallahu anhu said to him, "Did you perform only wudu? Although you know that Allah's Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to order us to take a bath on Friday." He clearly said that. I really appreciate and love this Sahaba, the way he conveys the message. He is very crystal clear. Always, when you see the personality of Umar, he is saying openly and clearly. His message is so open and clear. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiallahu anhu narrated that Allah's Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, "Ghuslu yawm al-jumati wajibun ala kulli muhtalim." Taking a bath on Friday is compulsory. Ghuslu yawm al-jumati wajibun. The word is wajib, compulsory. For every Muslim, ala kulli muhtalim, who attend the age of puberty. Muhtalim from ihtilam. Ihtilam is such thing when you have puberty, you start to have the changes in your body. Because of that, you have a certain kind of liquid comes out, and that is the thing talking about. So I'm talking in a hidden way. I can talk it openly, but I know everybody is listening, whether male or female. So I hope you understood the thing what I'm trying to say. So this is indirectly talking about the puberty. For them, it's wajibun, compulsory. Okay. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this hadith also talk about the taking bath on Friday. He who take a bath on Friday like bath for janaba. So what is janaba? Janaba is from junub, when you have impurity because of husband-wife relationship or because of wet dreams. You have the, discharge, and that time ghusl is wajib, and that ghusl, how we take it? First we do ablution, first clean the private parts, then do the ablution, and then we take the shower. But of course saying Bismillah. And that is called the taking bath for janaba. He who takes a bath on Friday like the bath for janaba and then goes to masjid or mosque, he is like one who offers a camel as a sacrifice. As if he sacrificed a camel. And to seek the pleasure of Allah. And why you are doing it? To seek the pleasure of Allah. And he who comes in second hour is like one who offers a cow to win the pleasure of Allah. And he who comes at the third hour is like one who offers a ram with horn in sacrifice. And he who comes at the fourth hour is like one who offers a hen. And he who comes at the fifth hour is like one who offers an egg. When the Imam ascends the pulpit, the angels who write the names of those who come to the mosque before the coming of Imam close their register. Who is closing the register? Angels are closing the register in order to listen to the khutbah, listen to the Friday sermon. So here what we learn from this hadith, it's a longer hadith. First of all, taking bath on Friday is wajibun, compulsory. And in previous hadith, we have seen about the people or the person who had puberty. After puberty, it's wajibun. But here in this longer hadith, we have seen take bath as if you are removing the impurity when you have after husband-wife relationship or after the like discharge. So here, like a bath for janaba, as I mentioned and explain how it will be. Then goes to masjid, like first hour, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And all the ajr, all the reward has been explained in detail. Whether you want camel or whether you want egg. So the most higher one is the camel, least one is the egg. So depending how hurries and how much you want the reward. So one should be, more greedy to attain the reward and to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, isn't it? If you start your day early and you think in in your schedule, you set up a time like every week I'm going to take hour and a half off from my work and I will do extra hour and a half so that I do Jummah prayer on time. Just imagine how much reward, how much ajr you are getting it, isn't it? And you are giving importance. And Allah will make easy for you. If you make good intention, Allah will make a way. If you don't, then your way will be hard. So depends how much ajr you want. You want less ajr, less reward, or you want more reward. Depends on you. So here we learn that, and also as soon as you come, like if you come late, angels they started listening to the khutbah, Friday sermon, and they close the register. So what happens when you go to work and you went late and you are not registered there? You feel bad, especially teachers in Indo Park. It's like they are compulsory, they have to come and register it, like you have to have the entry. If you are late, they literally put like you're not there, you're absent. So what about this? This will be there for the hereafter. So you are marked absent in red color. You want that? No, right? When you went there, you want to have that complete ajr, isn't it? So inshallah, make your day early and make the intention and Allah will make easy for you. Let's move to the next hadith. Aisha radiallahu anha narrated, the people came for Friday prayer. Okay? From their houses in the neighboring village, dressed in woolen garments, full of dust, emitting a foul smell. A person among them, those who were dressed so, came to Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam while he was in Aisha radiallahu anha's home. Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to him, if only you had taken a bath on this day. لو أنكم تطهرتم ليومكم هذا. So that's what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Even though you are having so much work and you are full of dust and everything, but it's good if you take the shower and come to Jummah, isn't it? We have seen the hadith of Umar when he also said the same thing. And also here we see like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying the same thing. So we have to remember that we have to take the shower and go to Jummah Friday. Perfume and wudu. Salman radiallahu anhu narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if a man takes a bath on Friday or purifies himself, again, so much emphasis on taking shower or taking bath. Is it hard? Have you seen, like, these days it's so easy. Like you have hot water, everything is so easy. Just you are going and standing under the shower. You don't have to get the water from the well or from the far away place, isn't it? So why don't you avail this opportunity? Why don't you do this? What will stop you? Laziness? You shouldn't overcome the laziness. You should avoid that, okay? Perfume and wudu. Salman radiallahu anhu narrated Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if a man takes a bath on Friday or purifies himself as much as he can with wudu, oil his hair, applies whatever perfume is available in his house, sets forth for the mosque, does not separate two people to make a seat for himself, perform the salah that is prescribed for him, remains silent when the Imam speaks, then his minor sins between that Friday and the following Friday will be forgiven. So what we learn from this hadith? First of all, taking bath on Friday. So you will purifying oneself as much as you can, then doing the wudu, oiling your hair, and also applying perfume whichever is available. So this is write down in the bracket for men only. What is the exception for the women? If they are at home, and that too with mahram. And but the thing is, when you go to the salah, don't separate two people. Like, you went to salah and you have seen people are sitting and you are separating them. You're climbing, literally climbing and going. That's not allowed, because here literally mentioned to make seat for himself does not separate two people. You shouldn't separate two people, okay? And also remain silent. What else you have to do? Remain silent when khutbah is going on, when Friday's sermon is going on. What will happen? Minor sins between that Friday and the following Friday will be forgiven. We all want our minor sins to be forgiven, right? So inshallah, we can try our best to apply this. So following hadith, Samura radiallahu anhu narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it is all right to perform wudu properly for Friday prayer, but it is better to take a bath. So here, man taw'ada fa biha wa ni'mat wa min ightasil fa huwa al-afdal. So it is afdal if you take wa min ightasal. It's from ghusl. If you take the ghusl, that will be better for you. So all the following hadith, what is the emphasis? Yes, doing the shower, taking a bath. Okay, that is the thing. The time of the ghusl is from the daybreak to the time of the Jummah prayer. Daybreak to the time of the Jummah prayer. Time of Jummah prayer. Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu narrated, Prophet ﷺ used to perform the Jummah immediately after midday. So here Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu narrated, we used to perform the Jummah prayer early and then have afternoon nap. Okay. Salma bin Akwa radiallahu anhu narrated, we used to perform Jummah prayer with the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when the sun passed the meridian, and we then used to return seeking the shade. Anas bin Malik radiallahu anhu narrated, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to perform the salah earlier if it was cold, and if it was very hot, he used to delay the salah. Which salah? Jummah. Okay. It is permissible to start performing Friday prayer before Zawal. Before Zawal means the declining of the sun after it reached the zenith, means Zohar time. And this was practice of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. On some occasions, the majority of scholars observe that the Friday prayer must be performed immediately after the Zawal during the present times. It has become a practice to delay the Jummah prayer much more, sometimes even later than Zuhar prayer itself, and this is against the tradition of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Here talking about some people, they delay so much Friday prayer. Even I have noticed, some people they say and they give uzur of young boys coming to Friday prayer, and they do the Jamaat third time because for the young boys they want to have that, and because of the school timings they are allowed that time, so they delay that. But here what we learn from this, it's against the tradition of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It's not the tradition of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Jummah prayer in villages and towns. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu narrated, the first Jummah performed after the Jummah performed at the mosque of Allah's Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was in the mosque of the tribe of Abdil Qais at Javata in Bahrain. So Yunus said, Ruzayq bin Hukaym wrote to Ibn Shihab, while I was with him at Wadi al-Qura, saying, shall I let the Jummah? Ruzayq was working on the land he was farming, and there was a group of Sudanese people and some other with him. Ruzayq was then governor of Ayla. Ibn Shihab wrote to Ruzayq, order him to let the Friday prayer. Tell him that Salim told him that Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu had said, I heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, all of you are guardians and responsible for your wards and things under your care. Imam, ruler, is the guardian of this subject and is responsible for them. And a man is the guardian of his family and is responsible for them. A woman is the guardian of her husband's house and is responsible for it. A servant is the guardian of his master belonging and is responsible for them. Ibn Umar radiallahu anhu added, I thought that he also said, a man is the guardian of his father's property and is responsible for it. All of you are guardians and responsible for your reward and the things under your care. And this is also in Bukhari, Al-Jummah chapter. The scholars of Islam have disagreed about how many people gather at certain place necessitated that the obligation of performing a Friday prayer. Some have mentioned the number 3, 4, 7, 9, 12, 20, 40, 50 and 70. The fact is that no such number is reported to be envisaged by any hadith. Both a congregational prayer and a Friday prayer stand valid if there are just 2 persons. Okay, if 2 persons also enough to perform them. The hadith which states a certain number is a weak one. Do you understand that? All the hadiths which stated like they should have this much number, that much number is a weak, da'if. But the how many people should be there to start the Jama? 2 is enough. Okay. Friday prayer in Islam was conducted in the village Juwaita. Okay, Adhan on Friday. I think after this we're gonna stop and we'll do in the next class. Adhan on Friday. As-Saib bin Yazid radiallahu anhu narrated, in the lifetime of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr and Umar radiallahu anhu, the Adhan for the Jummah prayer used to be pronounced when Imam sat on the pulpit. But during the Khalifa of Usman radiallahu anhu, when the Muslim increased in number, now people are more, okay? A third azan at Zawra was added. Abdullah said Az-Zawra is a place in the market of Al-Madinah. Why they did that? So that people should know, like this is the thing going on, and they gather and come here. So inshallah in next part we'll continue with the Friday khutbah sermon, and inshallah we'll continue, and next time we'll try to complete the chapter of Jummah prayer. Jazakallah khairan kaseera. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta